still taste like smoke from what we were. Every breath repeats a fading word. Shadows dance along the bedroom walls, like they're waiting for your voice to call. I trace your memory through the dust and pain, like I could bring you back again. I held the fire long after it was gone. Didn't know I'd have to carry on. Now I'm living with the silence after the flame, where your touch still lingers, but it don't feel the same. I gave you my truth, every hidden scar. You turned it to distance, erased who we are. But there's something in the ashes calling my name. I found my strength in the silence after the flame. Your voice still echoed in the hollow night, like a broken signal lost in light. I was reaching for a ghost I couldn't keep. Now I'm learning how to wake from deeper sleep. Every tear falls like a song unsung. Now it builds into what I've become. Still I'm living with the silence after the flame, where your memory cuts, but it sharpens the pain. I gave you my soul, you let it fall apart. Left me with rhythm but no beating heart. Still I rise from the wreckage of your name. I found my strength in the silence after the flame. Your love was a war I couldn't win, fighting for a place I'd never been. But every scar is proof I made it through, and every loss rewrote the truth. You were my fire. Now I'm my whole Now I'm stronger in the silence after the flame. No more chasing something I can't reclaim. Every scar is a story I survived. Every fall just proof that I'm alive. I don't need your ghost to take me higher. I found my strength in this silence after the fire. So let the echoes carry what we couldn't save. I walk through the ashes now, There's a whisper in the doorway where your voice would call my name. Every second feels like walking through the ghost of yesterday. I was reaching for a feeling, slipping through my hands. Now I'm stranded in the ruins of what we once had. I tried to be the anchor in your waves, but you were already drifting far away. We were the last flame burning in the dark, holding on to every fragile spark. I gave you all the love I had inside, but you let it fade and slowly die. Now I'm standing where the truth tore us apart, learning how to live with a broken heart. There's a fire in the pieces you couldn't bury, stronger than the light we used to carry. There's a rhythm in the distance, like your heartbeat out of time. Every memory keeps pulling me back across the line. I was chasing something more than just a spark, never knew it would leave me in the dark. Every shattered word still cuts me deep, but it's waking something stronger underneath. We were the last flame fighting through the night, trying hard to make it feel right. I gave you every part of who I am, you let it slip right through your hands. Now I'm standing in the truth you left behind, learning how to heal what you denied. There's a strength in everything you couldn't carry, stronger than the light we used to carry. If I could rewrite every line, would I still call you mine? Or would I walk away before the fall and never feel your love at all? You were my reason, now I'm my own. We were the last light, burning till it was gone. Now I see the truth I held for far too long. You were never meant to stay, just a storm that lost its way. Now I'm rising from the wreckage you left buried, stronger than the heart that loved you blindly. So let the silence take the words we couldn't say. I'll stand alone, but I won't fade away. There's a layer of silence on the words we couldn't say. Your voice still lingers, but it's drifting far away. I replay the moment you let go without a sound, like a scene still frozen, while the world keeps spinning round. I was painting us in colors we could chase. Now I'm staring at the emptiness you traced. We were shadows in a fading frame, holding on but never quite the same. I gave you every light I had to show. You took the parts that helped me grow. Now I'm left with echoes I can't escape. Just shadows in a fading frame. There's a rhythm in the quiet of the night. Every beat just pulls me back in time. I was chasing every piece of what we knew. Now I'm learning how to live without you. Every broken piece is falling into place, turning all this loss into a different kind of grace. We were shadows in a fading frame, burning slow in a silent flame. I gave you all the fire inside my veins. You left me standing in the pouring rain, but I'm stronger than the past you couldn't save. More than shadows in a fading frame. If I could rewrite the story now, would I still believe somehow? Or let you fade before the fall and never lose myself at all? You were my light, now I'm my own flame. We were shadows in a faded frame. Now I rise from the wreckage of your name. Every scar is a truth I couldn't see. Every tear brought me back to me. I don't need your ghost to remain. I'm more than shadows in a fading frame. So let the silence take what we became. I walk away and rewrite the frame. Last light fading off the neon signs, bartender stacking up the night. Chairs on tables but we don't move, like we still got something left to prove. Your eyes caught mine like deja vu, like every song was made for you. Your fingers drawing circles slow, like you don't want this moment to go. And I ain't ready to step outside, back to a let it pass us by. Give me one more song before we go. One more dance in the afterglow. Let the night stretch out and take it slow, like we don't feel the closing doors. Another minute, another touch, another reason not to rush. We can turn this moment into home if we just hold on a little long. Stay just a little closer, don't let go. Give me one more song before we go. Waitress counting tips by the bar, couple headlights leaving the dark, but we're still caught in something real, like time forgot the way we feel. Your hand slides into mine again, like we don't know how this ends. But right now that don't matter much, just the way you lean into my touch. We don't gotta name this now, we just gotta stay somehow. Give me one more song before we go, one more chance to let it show. Let the world wait out in the cold while we're hearing something gold. Another sip, another smile, another second worth the while. We can turn goodbye into not yet, like we don't live with regret. Stay just a little closer, don't say no. Give me one more song before we go. We don't gotta talk about tomorrow, don't gotta borrow time we don't own. Right here's enough for what we needed, a quiet truth we never spoke. Neon lights in your eyes so near, everything I want is right here. Give me one more song before we go, one last dance we'll never know. Let the night hold on to us, like it's never giving up. Another heartbeat, one more try, one more way to say goodbye. We can make forever out of now, even if it fades somehow. Stay just a little longer, don't let go. Give me one more song before we go. Before we go. Before we go. There's a shadow in the doorway where your silhouette would stay. Every step I take keeps pulling me to yesterday. I was reaching for a feeling I could never keep. Now I'm wide awake inside a dream that fell asleep. I tried to be the shelter from your storm, but you were already halfway gone. We were the last spark burning in the dark, holding on to every fragile part. I gave you all the silence in the distance, where your heartbeat used to be, like a broken kind of rhythm haunting me. I was chasing something more than just a spark, never knew it would leave me in the dark. I tried to be the anchor in your storm, but you were already drifting far from shore. Now I'm standing in the truth you left me buried, but there's a fire in the parts you couldn't carry. There's a rhythm in the silence, where your voice still lingers on, like a distant kind of music after it's gone. I was reaching for forever in your touch, didn't know that almost was too much. Every shattered moment left its mark, now it's building something stronger. Slip right through your hands, but there's a fire in the soul you couldn't bury, and it's stronger than the light we carried. If I could go back to where we began, would I still reach out my hand? Or would I turn before the fall and never feel your love at all? You were my reason, now I'm my own. We were the last light, burning till it died. Now I see the truth I tried to hide. You were never meant to stay, just a storm that lost its way. I remember how you whispered through the corners of my mind, like you saw the parts I buried. I was scared for you to find. We were dancing on a promise that was fading as we spoke. Now I'm sinking in the silence, where your voice has turned to smoke. I tried to hold the current, but it pulled me out to sea. Love like ours don't disappear, it just rewrites what we see. When the water turned to mirrors, I saw through the lies, every fracture in the moments we were too scared to define. I was reaching for your fire in a world we built too fast. Now I'm walking on lost, I found my way through everything it caused. There's a rhythm in the distance that still echoes in my chest, like a song that keeps on playing even after it's laid to rest. I was chasing every memory just to feel you one more time. Now I'm learning how to leave you on the other side of time. Every tear I carry turned into a clearer view. You don't see your own reflection till it breaks and cuts through you. When the water turned to mirrors, our face too we became. All the beauty and the damage carried in your name. I was blinded by the burning, never saw the end. Now I'm healing through the silence where your voice had been. And the pain that once defined me isn't mine to hold. I found my strength in letting go. If I could rewrite the ending, would I choose a different flame? Or would I take the fall again just to feel your name? Maybe love was never meant to stay or to defend. Maybe it just leads us to where we have to bend. You are my truth. Now you're my relief. When the water turned to mirrors, I saw myself at last. Not the man still reaching back, but the one who moved past. You were just a moment in a fire that burned through me. Now I carry all the scars, but I finally feel free. And the night don't feel as heavy as it did before. I found my strength, and I found something more. So let the water keep the story of what we were. I'll walk ahead, even if it still hurts. There's a whisper in the static of your name, like a signal I can never quite erase. Every moment keeps repeating in my mind, like I'm running, but I'm frozen in time. I tried to bury what we were, but every silence makes it worse. The echoes don't lie, they're calling me back to the love we lost and the truth we lacked. I gave you my heart, every piece of my soul. Now I'm chasing a ghost I can't control, but I'm learning to fight through the scars we design. Even echoes don't lie, but I'll leave them behind. There's a shadow in the places we once knew. Every memory still painted over you. I was holding on to something made of air. Now I'm learning how to breathe without you there. The echoes don't lie, but they don't define me anymore. I held on to every word you said too long, even when I knew it was wrong. Every lie was dressed up like the truth, and I believed in you. I was hoping you would change your ways, but you stay the same. I had to break to understand you were never in my hands. I'll forgive you, but I'm gone. I won't carry this alone. Every wound you left in me taught me how to finally be free. I don't hate you anymore, but I've closed that door. I forgive you, but I'm gone. There's a peace I never thought I'd find. Now it lives inside my mind. I remember how I used to break so easily, like love was all I need. Every word could cut me to the bone, left me shattered and alone. I was given more than I could take. Every time I'd bend, I'd break. But I'm not that man you knew. I'm not who I was for you. No one gets the old me now. No more bending, no more doubt. Every piece I gave away, I've taken back somehow. I was lost, but now I see that version's history. No one gets the old me. There's a strength I've never let myself believe. Now it's all I need. Every boundary I couldn't draw before, now I got it at the door. I don't break the way I did. I don't live like that again. No one gets the old me now. I don't need to prove it loud. Every scar became my shield. Every truth I never healed. You can't rewrite who I became. You don't get to say my name. Ooh, no one gets the old me now. I've already figured out. Every piece of who I am is stronger than it was. You made me feel like I was hard to love, like I wasn't enough. Every fight was somehow always my fault, even when it wasn't my fault. I was drowning in the weight of your control, by losing my own soul. But I see it clearer now. know the truth somehow. The storm was never me. I was just caught in your sea. Every wave you threw my way tried to wash me away. But I'm standing on my feet. Now I finally see the storm was never me. There's a freedom in the truth I found. Now I'm standing on solid ground. You were chaos, I was calm. You were fire, I was gold. The storm was never me. Now I'm finally free. You took every sleepless night alone to realize I'd outgrown every version of myself with you, trying to make it through. It took breaking down to understand I was never in your hands. I thought love meant holding on, but I was wrong. This is what it took to let you go. Every tear I didn't show, every scar I tried to hide, led me to the other side. I was drowning in your truth. Now I'm finally cutting through. This is what it took to let you go. It took losing everything we had in the words we never said, still burning in my head. Every promise turned to embers in the dark, left a shadow on my heart. I was holding on to something already gone, like a fading broken song. I tried to drown it in the night, the flames don't fade without a fight. Ashes don't forget the flame, even when you change the name. Every spark you tried to hide still burns somewhere inside. You turned it into something bad. Now I rise from what you left. Ashes don't forget. There's a memory that won't erase, no matter how I change the place. Oh, every scar still tells the truth of what I lost in loving you. You can run from what we were, but you can't outrun the hurt. Every scar is proof I stayed through every game you played. Now I'm stronger than regret. Ashes don't forget. If you told me back then I would stand right here without all the fear, I would never believe I'd find my way through the darkest days. Every moment that I thought I'd fall apart was rebuilding my heart. I thought I reached the end of me, but that was just the start. I couldn't see the end was never the end. It was where I would begin. Every fall, every break led me to the strength was never the end. Every chapter that I tried to close too soon was just making room for the person I was meant to be. Hidden underneath, I thought I'd never understand. Now I see the bigger plan. The end was never the end. It was where I learned to mend. If I could go back through it all again, I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause it made me who I am. The end was never the end. Now I rise, ooh, now I transcend. Every scar, every fall wasn't failure after all. Now I stand in the light, ooh, after every single fight. The end was never the end. There was a time I couldn't quiet down my mind, always running out of time. Every thought was pulling me apart, like a war inside my heart. I was searching for a place to finally rest, never knowing I was blessed. I thought peace was something far away, but it was here all along. I'm finally at peace with the man I used to be. Every scar, every pain is a part of me today. I don't need to run anymore. I found what I was searching for. I'm finally at peace. Every memory is quiet in my mind, like it's lost in time. If I had to live it all again, I'd still go through the pain. I'm finally There's a weight in every word I couldn't say, like a storm that never found its way. Every moment keeps replaying in my head, like a conversation left for dead. I try to hold on to your voice, but silence was your only choice. After the silence breaks, I hear the truth we couldn't face. Every promise that we couldn't keep now is buried underneath. I gave you everything I had inside, but you let it fade and let it die. Now I'm standing stronger than before. After the silence, I'm not yours. There's a ghost inside the space you left behind, but it's fading with the passing time. After the silence breaks, I finally hear myself again. There's a fracture in the mirror of my soul, but I'm learning how to make it whole. Every broken part is calling out my name, like it's begging me to feel again. These pieces still breathing, still fighting the fall. Every scar that you gave me didn't break me at all. I was lost in the feeling of losing it all, but these pieces still breathing, still standing through it all. There's a fire in the parts you couldn't see. Now it's burning back to life in me. Maybe breaking was the only way to build myself again someday. These pieces still breathing, and I'm finally alive. There were nights I thought I'd disappear, drowning in my fear. Every shadow felt like it was mine. Every fold, every line. I was searching for a hand to hold, but I learned the truth alone. Every time I thought I couldn't stand, I found strength within my hands. I kept waiting for a spark, I was fire in the dark. I carried my own light through the dark, through the night. Every step I thought I'd lose led me closer to the truth. I was searching for a sign till I realized it was mine. I carried my own light. Now I finally feel alive. There's a peace I never thought I'd find. Now it lives inside my mind. Every scar is like a map I drew, leading me back to the truth. What I once knew, I've already made it through. I carried my own light when there was no end in sight. Every fall became a rise, every tear a new sunrise. Now there's nothing left to fight. Every piece of who I am was always in my head. but every second felt like truth when I was with you. We were something undefined, but it still felt like mine. Even if it fades away, it was real for that one day. We were real for a moment, that's enough to hold it. Even if it disappears, it was more than just a year. We don't need forever to remember we were real for a moment. Every memory stays alive, even after we say goodbye. Some loves don't stay, but they never fade. That was everything. I remember when I thought I'd never change, just repeating all the pain, every pattern pulling me back down, like I'd always be that man. I was trapped inside a version I outgrew, didn't know what else to do, but something in me broke the chain, and I'll never be the same. I outlived the worst of me. Every doubt, every memory, every scar I thought would stay. I survived, I found a way. I was drowning in my past. Now I'm finally free at last. I outlived the worst of me. Every failure taught me how to stand. Now I understand. I don't run from who I was. I became because I outlived the worst of me. There's a shadow in the corners of my mind, where your voice still lingers out of time. Every word we left suspended in the air still hangs like it's waiting for repair. I remember how you looked at me that night, like forever didn't feel so far in sight, but forever was a promise made of sand, slipping slowly through my hands. I was building us a home inside a dream, never saw the cracks beneath the seams. Every almost felt like it was real. Now I'm learning what it means to feel. I tried to carry both our hearts, but you were drifting from the start. Now I'm drowning in the weight of what we were, every echo, every broken word. I gave you all the light I had to give, but you forgot how we were meant to live. Now I'm standing where the silence cuts me deep, holding on to memories I can't keep. There's something in the pieces left behind, teaching me to leave you in the past this time. There's a rhythm in the distance of your name, like a song that never sounds the same. Every note we wrote is fading into blue, still it somehow leads me back to you. I was chasing every version of your truth, even when it felt like living proof that love can slowly turn into goodbye. Right before your eyes, every tear I tried to hide away turns into something I can face, and every scar you left beneath my skin is where my healing now begins. I thought I'd break without your flame, but I'm not who I was that day. Now I'm rising from the weight of what we were, through the silence, through the hurt. I gave you every part of who I am, but you never tried to understand. Now I'm standing in the truth you couldn't carry, and there's a fire in the parts you tried to bury. I'm not drowning in the past I left behind. I'm learning how to finally be alright. If I could go back to where we fell apart, would I still hand you my heart? Or would I walk away before the pain and never feel you in my veins? Maybe love was never meant to stay. Maybe it just shows us who we are along the way. I was drowning in the weight of what we were. Now I'm stronger than the hurt. Every scar became a reason I survived. Every fall just taught me how to rise. You were everything until you let me fall. Now I'm everything beyond it all, and the night don't feel as heavy as before. I'm not yours anymore. So let the silence take what we became. I'll carry on without your name.